Right, so this is the 7 marker challenge set by Create a Comic. As you can see, 7 markers, one of each colour. It took me a while to pick the right colours actually, as you can see. I did a lot of colour swatching beforehand just to get the right ones. And this is all the other bits and pieces that you are allowed to use. And here's my picture. So a little bit of a background. This is actually an original character I came up with for a role play I did with the owner of Creator Comics, Stephanie. Her name's Cadence, and she was created for the role play that we did last year based on Utapri, and of course, because of all the bright colours and such in the series, she was almost the perfect candidate to use for this project. Because of course, each of the guys has a signature colour, and her hair is actually bright purple, as you see later on. I do switch the camera over because, of course, me being the idiot, I am left-handed, and I put the camera on the left so you can actually see what I was doing very well. She also allowed you could use skin tones and black for this, which was very helpful because, of course, meant she wasn't completely white and it made it look a bit better. I use a mixture of different pens, another of different medias actually for that matter, but for this I stuck with the markers. I use the Pro markers for the skin tone because, well, I find they're the best for the skin tone, and I haven't really found anything else that kind of comes to par with them just yet. And but otherwise, I just use the Spectrum Noir markers, as you can see, with the black ones, which are really great. You can refill them and all that, which does make it a lot easier than having to try and find the individual markers again, though I'm having trouble trying to find where I can get the ink from, because I think there's only like one place in the UK you can get it from without having to import them. I guess little bit of background, I've been drawing for about 10 years now. Well, manga anyway, manga style or comic style, you could say. I've been drawing for about 10 years. I started when I was 15, so if you can do the math, you can work out how old I am. It's quite easy. But I originally started drawing because it was kind of like an escape when I was in my GCSEs, and of course, it being a really tough time, I just wanted something away from it to do, and it was about the same time I started writing as well. Of course, one or two people I knew thought, oh, it's just a fad and all that lot, but yeah, 10 years later, and it's still quite a long fad, that means. Of course, the only problem is with all these bright colours I had is I don't often use them, which means they're still pretty much brand new, and when I have a brand new marker, I don't know if anyone else has this, but they do splatter a bit, which doesn't look great when you finish it, but from a distance you can't really notice, really. But it was certainly weird just using 7 bright colours that don't really blend together because I'm usually really particular about my colour schemes, and this was just really bizarre. Though I gotta admit, I did like the finished product when it was done, even though, yeah, completely out my comfort zone. It kind of got to this point when I realised, oh yeah, there's so much white space left. So yeah, I started drawing music notes all over it because, well, it was relevant, and it just filled up the space without having to colour in all the background. That's the one thing I hate, is when you've got so much white left and you don't really want to just fill it in with one colour, because one, it doesn't always work and it looks really streaky if you're using the markers, and usually, and especially because of course I was working underneath a light, so it was really warm under there and the markers were drying a lot faster than usual. And of course then I bring out the white gel pen, which is a godsend really. It was one of my old friends who introduced me to the use of the gel pen, and I've never gone back since. I think I must buy like about 5 at a time to make sure I've got enough, because I use them so often just for corrections, highlights and all that. And just making sure that of course nothing kind of blends in together or stands out, and I think we're nearly there. Yep, there we go. Finished product. Challenge completed. Thanks for watching.